Hello, everybody, and welcome to Monster Monday. I'm just getting some final things organized here, and I was chowing down some fresh cherries, so I'm trying to make sure I don't have a bunch of cherries in my teeth. But if I look like I'm missing teeth, it's because I have cherries in them. But I was out trying to get a little exercise, do a little golfing, and Wild Ass Craig hit me up and said he wanted to be on tonight. So I am going to bring Craig on because says he has a surprise for me. I have no idea what the hell this is about. And there's only about 5 people in the world I would do this with and not have any idea. But we're going to give Craig a shot here. So if Craig is ready, we're going to bring him on in 3, 2, 1. My man. Hold on a second.
How's that? Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Okay. So I appreciate the fact that you said there are not many people that you would do this for, because I was thinking he is really opening himself up for something here. If he just lets anybody, like, hey, I want to crash your party. Can you let me in?
Yeah, but I have no idea what was going on. He just wanted me on. I was like, all right, well, let's have at it.
Yeah. So we got a little bit of a backstory, and I was nominated to tell this story by the fine people behind me. There they are. So we have Renee, Misty, and Dylan. I don't know how there we go, picking his nose. But anyway, so I'm watching for cars. So I was nominated to tell this story, but where was I? I think I was at a Parts Unlimited show, and these three decided they were going to go on a margarita tour. So yeah, exactly. So they picked Renee up at home, went out on a margarita tour, and a seed was planted for an idea. And then there was another margarita tour involved, right?
Yeah, a couple of them.
Have it for me.
Yeah, when the dog's away, the cat'll play. So that seed seemed to have taken root, and then nobody's claiming the credit for the idea. I'm trying to get it. I can't see here. So one of these two,
I think it was Renee.
had this idea that they should do some vandalism. And we don't like to know who did the vandalism, or we don't admit to doing it, but we came by today and found some.
Yeah.
And there's some history about this rock we want to talk about.
Correct.
So evidently at the Monster 100 party, you remember you gave Renee a really cool like art set, like a book, drawing book, pencils, all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was not big enough, as you're about to find out. Okay. So tell the story of the rock.
Okay, so not far actually from our house. You got everybody in here. Where's Dylan?
Where's Dylan?
Dylan.
I'm trying to keep everybody. If we can't hear, give us a need to get louder sign.
Okay, so not far from our house, on a road, it's County Road 77. There is a place where people come and they make announcements, engagement proposals, wedding announcements, birthdays announcements, babies, all kinds of stuff, right?
High school events,
Birthdays,
homecomings.
yeah, all kinds of announcements. Well, when we were on the margarita tour, we stopped here and took some photos as part of our scavenger hunt, I believe.
Yes, it was a scavenger hunt. Yep.
And again, that seed was planted by
Renee.
Misty.
Yeah, by Renee.
And then encouraged by Dylan.
Dylan.
So,
yeah.
So out of all the time and place, today in almost 100-degree heat
and pouring rain.
Pouring rain.
This morning we got a little wet. We decided to do something for
epic
shit
for Mile Monsters, because we felt with everybody doing all of these big mural pictures and going in search of murals and stuff, that Mile Monsters and you, Riot, deserved, and the boys, to have their own special place.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is a popular place, but it tends to get covered up. So unfortunately, I'm super excited. So I'll let these guys talk a little bit now that I've blabbed a lot.
Okay, Misty,
Oh,
say
yeah.
words.
Oh boy. Yeah, so we came out here, we were in the pouring rain, then it was hotter than hell. We had an amazing time. Yeah, it was awesome.
Dylan,
I'm speechless. I don't know.
she ran out of words.
I did. You got to see it. Yeah.
My role was pretty minimal, but I did play a role. So you'll see it in a little bit here. I'll point it out.
Are you
But,
guys
yeah,
should we
pretty
show
proud
them
of
this
what
thing?
these two did.
So Riot, I hope you like this, buddy.
I'm sure I will. I can't wait.
Now go up there and show them how big this is. Can you see that?
That's amazing.
Thing's huge.
That is way huge.
Now I'm gonna walk up there so you can see the details.
Don't get too close.
It's a 20-foot one. No, actually,
There.
it's not.
And this,
This is good.
it's rattle can. It's all rattle can.
Yep.
So, and sorry, it was too hot to do detail work, but
It was hotter than shit.
That is
So
awesome.
we got the 5 boys' names on there. Got the Monster logo on there.
And our favorite part.
Be Epic, and of course, you and Pearl. And we have properly vandalized, somebody properly vandalized Pearl. I don't know who did that.
signed it.
And then we signed it over here.
That is so cool.
There you go.
Man, I don't even I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss for words. All I know is I'm coming up to see it. I wish I had access to Pearl right now. I would ride Pearl out just to see that rock.
Well, Honor's got to ride every day. Get her ass up here.
We
Yeah.
have a challenge for somebody
So-
out of state.
Yeah, so we're going to have a challenge, but we want somebody from out of state. First person to get their picture with this mural from out of state, out of Minnesota.
Before it gets painted on,
The girls offered up stuff that us guys can give away. So a bag of Dylan's Blend coffee.
Don't worry, Jessica. I'll pay for it.
And then we'll do $50 on the Wild Ass website. So there you go. Game on, people.
That is so epic and awesome. That is super cool. Man, I can't even thank you enough. I've never had anything done like that for me. It's just like so beyond epic. I feel like I'm going to turn into a stuttering mess here. It's
We
It's-
told you we were going to do it.
yeah.
We'll
Real-
see a bunch of pictures. We got good pictures.
we got before, during, and after. It's pretty cool.
So this, what does it look like here?
Yeah, we'll see if we can't get you some pictures. We don't want to take up too much of your time.
Yeah.
And then here's the thing with this. This could be painted over tomorrow because school starts tomorrow.
That's what it looked like
Go
this
down
morning.
like that. Can you see that, Riot? Can you see what it said?
Yep.
That's what it looked
Yeah,
like
we
this
feel
morning.
perfect.
That's what it looked like up at the noon. It was like 12:30 before it started.
Well,
That
their
was
happy
during.
anniversary. I don't care if they get divorced. Like it's
They'll be divorced next year. Anyway.
Why do they only have one name on there anyway? I don't get it.
Right. So anyway, it's high school season, and this rock is very well known around here for being painted. It's rumored that it started as a pebble, and it has just gotten bigger and bigger because of the layers of paint.
Yep, it's been 60 years. of
60
painting.
years this thing's been being painted. So the
holy
challenge,
cow.
Yeah.
the challenge to get up here before that's painted over is pretty real. It could be
Tomorrow.
Or it could be
a week.
Yeah.
So
Man, I tell you what, I sure wish if I wasn't home with so much shit going on this week, I would be on my bike. I'd be on my way out the door right now. That you just saw me stand up and walk out, and I'd get on the bike and leave, and I would have rode right out there, took a picture, and told Amy, I said, "Well, I'll be back in a couple days."
well, guys, that was it for Riot this
Yeah.
evening. I'll be taking over Monster Monday.
That would have been epic. It's just out the door, and grab my helmet on the way out and be gone. So but I have an appointment with a cardiologist tomorrow. I can't miss, so I
Yeah, you
have
should
to.
probably be there.
Yeah, I have to do that, and then I got some stuff on Wednesday I can't miss out on. But after that, I think I'm pretty free. I'm gonna be taking a scoot pretty quick.
All right.
There you go. Give them one last viewing, and we're out.
All right. We'll let you go. Go back to your show. You guys, happy Monster Monday.
Awesome. Yeah, you got it. Here's a good idea. Here, Brandy has a good idea.
What's that? Someone guard that rock until Riot gets there. I got to tell you, Brandy, what's funny about that is we were done. This was finished, what, 3 hours ago?
Yep.
4 hours ago?
Yeah,
3 hours ago, and we had to leave to go get our shirts on. And we're like, what if somebody comes to paint it?
Here it is.
So
We put a
Dylan was
sign.
we made a sign. Please don't paint over this.
That's how bad it is. It could be painted tomorrow.
Yeah, but you got to just change the date on that until after Craig's ride. Is your ride go by that rock?
It wasn't going to.
I think it is now.
It depends. You got to be there to find out.
Yeah, exactly. But change the date on there. Protect it until change the date to protect it until the 8th.
Yeah,
8. Okay.
the 8th is a day early. Yep. So there it is.
Yeah, until the 9th. Don't paint it at all. Just have a new town. Just I tell you what, if I knew some excavators in town, I'd have a new rock delivered and set next to it.
Well, Dylan had an idea. Just put a bunch of no trespassing signs along here, and then
Private
people would
property.
be like, "Wait, somebody bought it."
Yeah, just put a random name on it, when you sign it.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
I forgot to show him this autograph over here.
I think there's shit on the back too, but I'm not sure.
None of ours, though.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Have a good show.
Awesome. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
We love you too.
That was a great surprise and well worth it. Renee, I love you. I love your art. It's great. And you're right. You did need a much bigger sketch pad than I gave you.
I found one just for you.
I'm just going to call you Pebbles from now on. And
You know what's funny about road names is this one we gave the name Hold Up. Like my phone's backwards. Misty, because every time we went anywhere, you're always waiting for Misty, right? So I just started calling her Hold Up. And tonight she's so excited to get here. She gets on the bike, and boom, she goes, "You guys ready yet?"
First.
now,
She wanted to get here.
now she's espresso.
All right. Talk to you later. Kick me out of here. Oh, I guess I can leave. All right. Have a good night, Riot.
All right,
See ya.
Thank you. Well, there you have it. The rock. Let me remove the comment. So that was well worth the surprise. I was shocked. I'm still in a little bit of awe about that they do something so cool like that. So I don't have any talent at all. So it just amazes me when somebody could do something so epic and cool. So I do dig that. And Frankie got it right. Pebbles is cool. I think she just got a new nickname. So I'm going to write that down so I don't forget. So I'll get the address to that. I'll post the address where that's at. And I'm going to get a picture next to that rock. And if it's painted over, then so be it. But I'm still going to get my picture next to the rock. And then I'll superimpose the image back on there if I have to. But it's going to be on there. I do have a list of things to go over. So I want to hit that real quick. Now that I'm all rattled, I didn't pull up Honor's thing. I want to start with Honor because last week everybody had Honor Week where a bunch of people joined her in riding every day. So people rode for 7 days. I was super excited to do it. I didn't even make it one day. I did ride a lot of the other days, and that was about it. But it was a lot of fun. Let's see. Honor is on day 247. They keep on ticking by. Time keeps going by. So she's going to rock this out and be at 365 before you know it. So at day 247, that's one thing I want to say is Honor. Congratulations on making another day, another week. Today is Labor Day. I'm just all like confuzzled now, like trying to do this. I'm like, my brain is just wrapped around a rock. So usually I got rocks rolling on my brain. Now I like got on my mind is a rock and how cool that is. If somebody take the time out on Labor Day, a holiday weekend, and go and paint something so epic on a famous rock. So I'm gonna try to get my brain wrapped back around to what I got going on here, but that's going to be the excuse I'm rolling with is that I'm just taken back by that. So that's pretty cool. Today is Labor Day, a day to honor all the hardworking men and women of this country and give them a day off. Back when I used to pour concrete, this was the day that one day out of the year that I made sure none of the guys that worked for me, myself, we never worked on this day. There might be a lot of other holidays we had to work, but Labor Day we were very strict about. We are not working on this day. So that was always a big day. So whatever you did today, I hope it was awesome. I myself was supposed to be in Spain with my wife. She was on stage this evening in Spain, which was our afternoon. She was given an award. I'm going to post the pictures on my own Facebook, but she did a great job with that. And I got to watch it on, see the pictures. I mean, so that was really cool. But I'm supposed to be in Spain, but with my ticker issues, I couldn't go. So I'll be busy seeing a cardiologist tomorrow instead. But that's that. This week is also Duchenne Awareness Day falls in this week. September 7th is Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy Awareness Day. So you'll see a lot of red balloons popping up on different people's sites. So keep an eye out for that, but that's what it's about, to raise awareness and spread some awareness on that day. We kind of do it here at Monster Time or Mile Monsters, all the time. So, but that's what it is. September 7th is Duchenne Awareness Day. So that's what it's about. And today is actually the anniversary of our man Turbo getting diagnosed. So each family has their day in history where they got that devastating news. And today, I believe it was 13 years ago, Turbo was diagnosed with Duchenne. So he was very close to the actual Duchenne Awareness Day, which is kind of crazy. Oh, let's see. Coming up, we have Craig's Ride. We're just talking about The Rock. Well, Craig has his memorial ride this Saturday coming up. That is the 9th. So it's Saturday the 9th from the world headquarters of Wild Ass in Brainerd, Minnesota. You can look that up. You can hit me up. But if anybody's interested in going to that, it's going to be a very fun ride. And I hope that I'm there myself. I have some details with the cardiologist, some other stuff to work out, but I'm going to try to jump on my scoot Friday and bomb all the way out there and make it in time for Saturday morning. So with any luck, I'll be there. And next week we have the meeting in Kansas. I'm going to meet with Lebanon, Kansas, their city council, about having a party there on June 22nd. So we'll have a party on June 22nd, which is a Saturday. We're going to be there all weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but I'm hoping that we get clearance to have a party there. There is a ride scheduled to leave Lebanon, Kansas, the center of the country, and go to North Dakota, the center of the North America. That ride, so it'll have a bunch of bikers there already on Friday. So I'm hoping that we can piggyback on an event that's already going on, and hopefully get some interest in people doing their 1,000-mile day to get to that people we have never even heard of or never even reached. So wish me luck on that, and we'll have a good some good news after that. And right after that, I'm ripping out to Turbo's party in California, which is on the 16th. So his birthday party is on the 16th, which is his 16th birthday. So in Minnesota world, if that was his actual birthday, that would be his golden birthday, which would be really cool. But this is still pretty cool. He's having his party on the golden day. So anyhow, that's where I'll be after that. Let's see. This past weekend for Labor Day weekend, there was so much stuff going on. I was looking online, and there were monsters around the country doing cool, epic shit everywhere. People are posting pictures. They were having a great time with it. So I just want to hit on a couple of them. Hoagie's Heroes, another nonprofit that does a bunch of great things for kids. They had a rally in Tennessee this past weekend, but Hoagie is located in West Virginia. But Hoagie's Hero has been around a long time. A lot of people that ride and raise money for the monsters ride to raise money for Hoagie. We're kind of help each other out as much as we can. And he does a lot of great stuff for kids. So I always want to encourage him to do well and help him out. But he had a great rally. It looked like a lot of fun. I'm not a rally guy. I don't really know the ins and outs of rallies, but it looked really fun. And people had a lot of fun ripping around, putting on thousands of miles, gathering up things and getting back there. So well done to Hoagie's Heroes. David Ewell was out celebrating the guy who rode across the country, the first biker to go across the country from coast to coast. And that's really a cool story. But David got behind it and had a plaque made, and there were some people that showed up for that. So that was awesome. There's a 3-flag rally out in California that Dell, she's at. And I don't know much about that rally either, but man, that had people going from Mexico. They had to go left California, down into Mexico. And then I see her and she's ripping around the country and she's up into Canada. So that 3-flag rally out of California looks like one hell of a rally. So I'm going to get some more details on that and kind of stay up on that for next year because it looked really cool. And the weekly scoot that ended, that for honor, that went on last week. And that was really epic. That was cool. Long Haul Paul is Paul Pelland. But if you look up Long Haul Paul on Facebook, you'll see his group. He has a 50-day ride that a lot of our monsters are participating in. And that is a fundraiser that goes out to helping people with MS. So a lot of times they get what we do and what Paul does mixed up because MD, MS, some people just don't know much about, diseases or anything else, and they get the two mixed up. But Paul does a lot of work for MS, does a lot of amazing things for that. So, we have one of the one of the rules we have on Mile Monsters is we don't discuss any other fundraising outside of what we do. But these are the exceptions. Hoagie's, Paul, we want to support these guys because we have a lot of monsters that are piggybacking all these things at once. And Paul goes out of his way to promote what we do, always helping us out. And even though he's busy running his own thing. So I really appreciate that effort he puts in. And I love to run into Paul. He's got a great sense of humor. He rips on everybody, which I love. And if you don't have a sense of humor and you're can't take it, then you don't want to hang out with Paul because he has got something funny to say all the time. That's nice, man. My watch is telling me something about something. I don't even know, but my watch started talking to me out of the blue. So evidently Paul's got an in with Apple Watches. So few people know Paul. There's Denver. Paul's awesome. But anyhow, that's that. He is awesome. He's a great dude. A lot of fun. A motorcycle club I'm very familiar with, the 13 Rebels. They had a big meeting out in West Virginia. So that guy's coming from all over. I saw pictures of that. I just want to tell those guys they have a safe ride home today. They might be stopped right now getting gas, doing whatever, watching the show. So if anybody's there, have a safe trip. If you already made it home, look like you guys had a great time. A lot of fun, cool pictures you guys were showing. So that was awesome. Yeah, Jason, I don't know much about Android, but Apple always has something, and it's always telling me, but it's not telling me to get to a doctor. So there's that. So it was just telling me some random stuff. But anyhow, moving on. We got to get to the boys. The boys, I kind of quickly went through what they had going on. I'm going to start with Gavin. Gavin's was out in Houston last week. He was at the doctor out there, and they were checking out some issues he's got with his stomach. He's had some issues that's been going on, so he was getting that looked at. They're going to get some more answers for him in November. He went back to school, and it took him all of 3 seconds to start talking to us about another ride for next year. So we're going to be adding a ride for sure. I don't know. I'm not ready to put all the details out yet, but this one's going to be epic to say the least. But Gavin wants to ride, and when a kid reaches out and wants to go for a ride and tells us that he wants to do something before he loses legs or while he still has his legs. I don't remember the exact wording that he sent me, but when they send a message like that, that gets my attention, and it's amazing how fast I will shuffle things down the line and move that to the top. So when Gavin reached out and said he wanted to see something, he originally started with wanting to see all the Harley Davidson dealerships until I explained to him how many there are, where they are, and how long that would take, and so that was just not really feasible. So he asked, I'm just going to tell people, I don't care, people know now, but what he asked was if we could see every state in the lower 48. So we're working on putting a plan together to take Gavin to see every state in the lower 48. And that's what he wanted to do. He reached out and said he'd like to see that stuff, while he still has his legs. And that just was like, in right straight to the feelers. So we're going to make that happen one way or another. So watch for details on that. But that's going to happen. We're going to take Gavin to all 48 states, and we'll work on a few other things to go along with that. That'll be kind of cool. But those things I do not have ironed out yet. So that is the plan. Take him for a ride to see all 48. Elfie started school, which he's not a huge fan of. But he did start school. Yeah, that is right, Brandy, when you say it was an emotional message for sure. But that Elfie started school, and they do things a little different in Ireland, and I was getting the details of that. When they start school, they have 14 years of school, and there's 7 years in one type of school and 7 years in another. So Elfie is on his last year so he's the oldest kid in the school now. Next year, he's going to be the youngest one of the next 7 years. So a little bit different, ask, what grade they're in, and, they just do it a little bit different, not how we do it in the States. So it's kind of fun to get the details on that. But they're going to be putting an addition on the house, and they're putting an addition on the house. And that was another one that hits in the feelers, because they're not talking about putting an addition on the house because they have, need another room because they share a room or something like that. They're putting an addition on their house. And I took this right off their page. I read it today. Fight for Elfie. They're putting an addition on the house because Elfie's going to need it because he's going to be in a chair. And that hits hard. The vast majority of people I know in a chair did not have any idea they were going to a chair. So the mental state, it was an accident or something like that put him there. So to have that put on you is a heavy weight to carry for the parents, for mom and dad, for Elfie himself, and all the boys. So when we look at this stuff and that's what they got to deal with, it puts in perspective, what we're doing and why it's so important. So that's why they're putting the addition on, and they're going to be short on funds of that. So we're going to do everything we can to help fill that void or help it out or do whatever. And, we're going to raise some more money and do some more fundraisers and maybe plan one of next year's events to gear that towards Elfie's room, something like that. But we're going to figure it out to help them out for sure. Drew, he is doing good. He was celebrating all weekend with his sister because it's his sister Bree's birthday today. So happy birthday, Bree. She is 15 years old today, and she had a great weekend too. I looked on that and I'm like, man, I want to be 15 again. There's a lot of cool stuff. But Drew, they got some bad news last week in the fact that insurance has turned them down for a ramp to the house, which straight boggles my mind how they determine what you need and don't need. If you're in a goddamn wheelchair, then you need a ramp. There's no two ways about it. There's no, I can get away with it or not. There's a lot of things in my life I want, but do I need? Probably not. I have a nice 4-wheel drive truck. Do I need 4-wheel drive? I don't know. I could probably get by without it, but in my mind, I have to have it. But anyhow, when you're in a power chair and you're in a house, to think that there is any chance you do not need a ramp is straight up mind-boggling to me. Like, how do you get somebody anywhere if you can't get them out of a house? I know how heavy those chairs are. We moved Drew's when he was at my house. It took 4 guys my size, all they could do to lift that thing down 3 sets of stairs. It was amazing how heavy that thing was. So, you know, that's not something you just pick up. So I don't know. It was just crazy, but they could not get a ramp. So I set out to find a ramp if I could, and I was able to find one. I lucked out. I found one in PA. We are buying the ramp. I am going to get the ramp on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. I'm hoping to get the ramp taken off of one house, brought over to the Gunthers, and put it on Wednesday because I got a busy schedule. So I'm hoping to get that taken care of. But that was the cool stuff that we've been able to do. And this is just another example of the epic shit that's been able to be done, but because of so many riders that are out there like you guys who do all the cool stuff we do. So it's just awesome, but it just pissed me off that we have to get a ramp. There's other things that I would rather get because I think insurance should pay for that. I think it's nonsense that they turn that down, but it is what it is. And when we say we're going to help these kids live their best life, in this case, it's a ramp. So we're getting a ramp. We're going to get it. We're going to install it. Steve's going to help me out. We're going to be good to go. And Jimmy just said he's going to be in Reading on Wednesday. So we'll see if anybody else wants to help out. So it's great. So anyhow, with that, I look forward to posting some pictures Wednesday night or Thursday, whenever we get done with this project of a ramp. And Drew just been able to leave the house at will, no problem. Not a temporary ramp, not a temporary van. Now we're out that door on a nice aluminum ramp, out down the street, whatever the hell he wants to do, into that van and go for an adventure. So whatever that is, that's living his best life. So this is right up there in the wish list. Jack. I talked to Jack the other day because we've been lining up his show for Friday. So I do have some details on that. He is going to be hitting off Hammer Time this Friday, which would be the 8th. We had to delay that a little bit with everything that's going on, but he is going to hit that on the 8th. It's going to be when he gets home from his school. He's going to talk about his week. So Friday, he's just going to talk about his week, what he had going on, all the cool stuff like that, any treatments, anything like that he's got, he's dealing with. He's going to talk about it. So he's doing that when he gets home from school. That works out to 11 o'clock in the morning, my time. So it will be 11 o'clock Eastern time. So 8 in the morning, first thing in the morning on the Pacific Coast. So with that, just look forward to Hammer Time. That'll be coming. I'm going to be on the first show with him, and we're going to just kind of guide him to get rolling. And if I got to be on there for the first couple shows or whatever, we'll have somebody with him, but he's going to do really good. He's really excited about it. He's fired up to do it. He likes to talk. He likes to tell stories, and I love to listen to his accent and listen to him talk. So that's going to be really good. And he just got some new knee gaiters, and I didn't have any idea what a knee gaiter was for treatment of Duchenne. So his mom sent me a picture of the knee gaiter. And I tell you what, the knee gaiter is like a brace that goes over the knee. So what these kids have to endure, man, just makes me sad and pisses me off, and range of emotions that's insane. But he has to sleep. A lot of kids wear splints, which I'm well aware of. They wear splints on their feet and splints everywhere else. But, he sent me a picture of Jack wearing splints on his ankles, a knee brace. Basically, this knee gaiters is a brace that goes from like where the bottom of your shorts would be to the bottom of your knee, and then the splints start for your feet or ankles from there down to your feet, and then he has them on his hands as well. And man, I just thought, God damn, for a kid, to have to deal with that, I don't know how the hell they do it. So he was not happy about that. So I'm sure in his Hammer Time, he's going to be talking about it. But man, it's just, you see what they have to deal with, and you see how tough these kids are and why they're so tough, it's amazing, man. When I was 10 years old, 11 years old, I lived on a farm, and I was pissed if I had to clean a horse pen or go clean up after the pigs or do whatever, some manual labor. And, I'd be mad about that. So, what these guys got to deal with, man, is next level. Turbo, I touched on that already. He's got his birthday coming up, but his birthday party, the 16th. I keep glancing at my calendar to make sure I have dates right, but he is the 16th. He's been rocking out on Turbo Time, which is Tuesday and Thursday show, and he's getting better and better all the time. And I tell you, that young man has got a gift for comprehending how to do it. So he's really good, and he's awesome to watch him blossom from the Turbo I met, a few years back with Hop when we went out to California to meet him. And so it'd be 2 years ago this fall, when we met him, and to see him from that kid on that day to this kid on Turbo Time, night and day. So cool to see the transformation from Turbo Reserve to Turbo Time. So it's pretty cool. So check out his show. We just did a new intro for it, and that was pretty cool. So that was a little bit of work in progress. So we might have to tweak it, might have to make some changes, but for now, he's got a little intro. Like tonight, we had a countdown. He's got his own intro. So I got to get on the ball and get one for Monster Monday. So maybe I'll do that when I get some free time. But anyhow, that's all I have. If I forgot something, I missed something, I'll try to do better. But we have some stuff on the website that I've updated. We got some things coming out, some signups. I was trying to link a sign up for the Hoka riders on the website, and it was not working right. So I got to get that ironed out, but there's going to be a link right to the Hoka sign up where you get yourself signed up, and we can keep track of what we got going on and see how many riders we can get riding for us in next year's Hoka. But we have the ride next year. I am planning on doing the Gump ride. We are now doing a ride for Gavin, and we are also doing the Monster 1000 and the Hoka. So next year is going to be massively busy, crazy with things we have going on. They'll be epic from spring until fall. So that's pretty cool. That was all we have left. Major things this year. We have the 13 Days of Christmas that I'm going to touch on probably the next one or maybe the one after that. But that 13 Days of Christmas is coming up. If you look in our calendar, there's first 13 days of December are the 13 Days of Christmas. And we have that set up. That was an idea brought to me by Gavin. He wanted to find a way to help other kids with DMD live their best life around the world. So what I'm doing is I'm gathering up a list of kids' address, and we're just going to randomly select somebody. You take a kid's name, and then you send them that gift. So for 13 days, we're going to send 13 different kids a Christmas present somewhere in the States. They might all be in the States. They might be around the world, but we're going to try to get that set up. So every day for those 13 days, we're sending somebody a Christmas present. And at the end, we got some fun gifts, some gag gifts, some fun stuff that we're going to give away to anybody that participated in that. So I look forward to that. It's going to be fun. And that was a great idea by Gavin. He's such a loving, caring kid who thinks about others all the time. So, that made it really special. He has his own battles and his own shit he deals with, but yet he puts the next kid in front of him where he's worried about kids he hasn't even met, somewhere else in the world that he wants to make sure they get a Christmas present. So I thought it was pretty cool. So that's where the idea came from. That's what it's about. We're going to get the final details on that. But if you look in the calendar, that's what the Christmas, 13 Days of Christmas is about, because Gavin's favorite number, like mine, is 13. So we got 13 Days of Christmas. So that's our kind of big stuff we got left to deal with this year. November is a month I don't do much of anything other than family stuff. So I kind of take the month of November and regroup and recenter everything. So that's that. I won't be doing anything in November. There's a this much of a chance, I may go against everything I do and pop down to Hopper's Rally. So stay tuned to that. But that's all I got. Thank you guys for tuning in. The Wild Ass team up there, Dylan and Misty and Pebbles and Craig, I thank you for that rock. That is so cool. I wish that I was there right now, and any other week I would be sitting here with a blank screen. I'd already be out the damn door. So I would be gone, and I'd be on my way there to make sure I got a picture there tomorrow night before the next guy paints it over. But that is not just a painting. That is a work of art. So if some jackass paints happy birthday to his 48-year-old wife, I'm going to be very angry. So somebody that tops that, they better top it with something really good if they're going to go over top of that. So that's awesome. Everybody else, thanks for tuning in. I got sidetracked, so I didn't really look at the comments, but Denver's, excited to meet up with everybody, making Turbo's party. So I'm very excited to go out there for that party as well. So I'm going to go from Kansas to, work my way out there and hopefully meet up with some people. And I want to meet up with Thule if it works out. So I'm hoping to catch up. If not, we're going to share hotel rooms and we'll have at least a weekend to hang out together before we got to split. But that's that. I don't see any other questions. So if anybody has any questions, they're going to have to wait a week. And hopefully next week on the 11th, I will be doing it from the road. So with any luck, I'll be on the road. I will be on the road on the 11th regardless. So if I don't make it to Minnesota this weekend, then on the 11th, I have to leave because I have to be in Kansas on the 12th. So next Monday will be from the road for sure. So maybe I'll get a special guest to join me because it'd be just for fun while I'm on the road. So that's that. I appreciate everybody and thank you for all your hard work and thank you for making this so special. And again, thank you to the artist up in Minnesota. Peace.